Ever spent 30 minutes making the perfect towering sandwich at home, only to have it completely squished the second it's shoved into a backpack? Software developers run into this exact same heartbreak all the time. An app will run perfectly on their personal laptop, but the moment they move it to a testing server or the cloud, the whole thing falls apart. The background environment changed and the app broke. This animation shows where Docker comes in. You can think of Docker as an indestructible, climate-controlled lunchbox. Instead of tossing your app into a completely different environment and hoping for the best, Docker lets you pack the code, tools, and everything needed into one rigid container. In the software world, this sealed digital package is called a container. It holds your app and specific settings, completely locking out the messy outside world. Because the container is perfectly sealed, you can move it from your personal laptop to a private server or out to a public cloud, and it will pop open and run exactly the same way every single time. If you are new to deploying apps, learning Docker is the best place to start. It teaches you how to securely pack up your work so it survives the trip, without forcing you to learn how to manage massive web servers right out of the gate. Docker ensures that the digital meal you prepared is exactly what arrives on the plate, completely removing the technical guesswork of trying to make different computers act the same way. But what happens when your app goes viral? Suddenly, you are responsible for feeding 10,000 hungry people at the exact same time. You can't manage thousands of individual containers by hand. If a server crashes, if a lunchbox gets dropped, and you have to manually prepare a replacement, your system is going to back up and crash. To handle that kind of traffic, you need a cafeteria manager. And that is exactly what Kubernetes is. It is a management tool built entirely to monitor and coordinate massive fleets of containers. This diagram shows how Kubernetes organizes things. It takes your Docker container and places it onto a serving tray called a pod. This tray is the basic unit Kubernetes works with, allowing it to easily pick up and move your containers around the network. Notice the division of labor here. Kubernetes does not cook the meal or pack the lunchbox. Its only job is to handle the complex logistics of distributing those containers across a massive infrastructure. Through horizontal scaling, when demand spikes, Kubernetes automatically duplicates containers to handle the rush. It constantly monitors system health. If a container crashes, it is instantly replaced. Finally, it routes incoming traffic evenly across active pods, so no server gets overwhelmed. By automating the scaling, the healing, and the traffic routing, Kubernetes keeps large applications running smoothly, without any downtime. Now that you see the difference, it makes sense why professional development teams don't choose between Docker and Kubernetes. They use both of them together in a 3-step workflow. Step 1, a developer packs their app into a single Docker container. Step 2, they store that container in a registry, a digital warehouse shelf. Step 3, Kubernetes pulls that container down, duplicates it hundreds of times, and serves it globally. Docker is the packaging tool that builds the perfect repeatable unit. Kubernetes is the management engine that runs a massive fleet of those units under pressure. If you're testing things out on a laptop or running a small project, you don't need the complexity of Kubernetes right away. A simple deployment usually runs just fine with Docker alone. So if you are just starting out, leave the cafeteria management for later. Download Docker, open it up, and focus entirely on learning how to pack your first digital lunchbox.